Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Octopath Traveler 2. Last time we left off, we were hanging out here, and this place is pretty difficult, but we're gonna try our best here. I have Agnia on the warrior class because I needed somebody to do some nice physical damage for us. It's times like these that I wish we had a map, because I'm trying in vain to remember what exactly all I had actually done last time, and I guess we're gonna figure that out together, huh? So we'll see how things can go. Let's go ahead and just break these dorks. God, what level are these enemies that I'm having such a hard time like hitting them and stuff? Because they dodge pretty consistently. Let's see. You are weak to daggers. Cool. Okay, so that makes my life a little bit easier here. And let's do daggers. Changeable catapult.
Catapult, go, go, go!
That did like nothing. Whoopsie. You can go ahead and mystical staff this dork. Don't physical boost yourself, please. Gonna need to go ahead and drop one of these on you. God, yeah, the enemies are so strong here. Ooh, okay. Well, that's scary. I mean, you do pretty good damage right now, Agnia. 1,000 damage? I guess that's not pretty good damage. Physical degradation, donate BP, Ember. That has to be exposed. Okay, you're just gonna have to healing grape M yourself. Wonder if I should just leave this place right now. It seems like it's just a little bit too strong for me at the moment. I've opened the way to it, but the enemies are just kind of beating the absolute shit out of me. I could at least leave and then just... Like, I can leave, right? I can leave and get back in here? I imagine I can just drop back down? Ooh, I do wonder. Is that a thing that can happen? Well, let's fireball you. How much damage can I do to you? Is that God, that's not even enough to get... You know what? Let's just run. Let's just run. I'm gonna see if I can leave. Because I feel like this area is just a little bit too strong for me. So, we have a backup save. Now, if I just go back to Stormhail, it will let me leave. It will let me leave, which is good. Now, what happens if I go back over there? Because the bridge is already broken. Can I just, like, climb down it? That's kind of what I'm hoping. Because if I could, would be good. But obviously, I want to get some of these other characters out of here. And I don't want Temeno in. And I probably want to level up a little bit as well. What do we want to roll? I guess Particio could be my last character. Casti, Hikari, Particio. Especially since he's already on that. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, so now we can go over here and heal up. Now... Where was it? There it is. There's the end. And I could put the Blessing of Disguise on Hikari with the Serpent Slayer right now. So let's see what that's all about. So if I equip Hikari with Serpent Slayer, so accuracy minus 75, critical minus 150. So let's take off Dragon Scarf and put on the Blessing in Disguise. Turns negative values on other equipment into positive values. So if I put that on, and then I do this, yes, plus 75 accuracy, plus 150 critical, which makes this an absurdly good weapon. Beautiful. And then yeah, see if you put this on, for example, would raise your stuff there. What other bad stuff do I have? Like, well, not bad stuff, but, you know, things that give you negative stuff. Not really much. To be completely honest, the Blessing in Disguise is mostly just useful for that weapon at the moment. Which the stats it gives is absolutely worth it. That being said, physical attack minus 60, or plus 60 currently. If I give you... Where's it at? Rosary of Redemption. Yeah, see, that's better than your Mighty Belt. Gives you extra physical attack and extra crit. So the Rosary of Redemption is fantastic with the Blessing in Disguise. I just need more armor and weapons with, like, negative effects. But god, look at that physical attack stat now on Hecate. Absurd. Absolutely absurd. Alright, that's good. So let's get back over there and see if I can actually enter that place again, now that I've left it. If I can't, I can just revert to my old save and we'll be fine.
I've gained valuable insights.
Okay. Okay, so now I can just go down here whenever I want. The bridge is opened and it's level 55! Oh my god. Okay, well yeah, we're not ready for that yet. I'm going to be leaving that for now, methinks. So, we'll just, dodge the absolute hell out of that thing for now.
Thinking time.
And we'll focus on other things. That sounds like a good call to me. I actually don't want you doing that, Oswald. Let's just stab once.
Prepare.
And then, Hecate, you can go ahead and Twin Serpents. And you can go ahead and do a quick stab there, Partitio.
I knew you would.
And you drop these. There we go.
I've seen
Good job,
worse
Oswald.
weapons.
God, you get so much money and stuff from the characters here. But yeah, that place seems wild. But I got the crazy sword and then saved so I could easily just leave, which is nice. Because, yeah, I have other things I want to do this episode. I know, wild. What a concept. Ow. Ow. Alright, let's see here. Aggressive slash on all of you. God, yeah, you're gonna do so much damage now. God, I like having you on Merchant, but I also hate not having access to my light elemental attacks. I hate it so much.
Fire.
It's so painful. Sweeping cleave. Stunning blow. Oh, not oh, that's just Partitio. Okay, never mind. I thought you got, Hecate, but no. There we are. Don't have what you're weak to. Can hit you with some fire, though. Befuddling lick. Don't do that. Ow.
Thinking time.
Just go ahead and hit them with an ember.
I've gained.
I'm also
valuable
hearing conflicting things, on, whether this, this thing that I was doing with, Oswald was actually working, like having this on you. Somebody said that, yeah, it doesn't matter which one you have equipped, this one stays. So, I guess I'm gonna put the Scorched Bone Spear back on Oswald, and, we can see. Obviously the best thing to do would just do some actual testing myself. And maybe I will on some enemies. I tried when we were fighting the big fish, but it didn't work out. But it's fine. Owie. And you can go ahead and aggressive slash.
No.
God, they went down super quickly, but Hecate's doing a ton of damage now, so it makes sense. I definitely think out of my characters, Hecate and Oswald are probably my strongest ones. Of course, Casty's strong just for different reasons. Serene's strengths come a little bit more in, like, utility and things like that, I feel. Raging Beast. You could use a bow. Not as good as this one, though. Slim chance to reduce the target's evasion. That is nice. Alright, so back over this way. Ooh, an Octopath. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I want. Fire Soulstone in.
Take this.
Bye-bye. And now I just hit you with one of these. Bye-bye. God, $4,000 reduce for that and all the JP? Yummy. Delicious. Alrighty. That reminds me, learn skills. What do we got? You can finish off merchants, so now you can learn Bethelgen's bounty soon. You can learn the seduction, which is good. So Cassidy is finished with Dancer. You can learn Brand's Blade, extraordinarily powerful sword attack on a single foe. Do find myself wondering how many times it hits. Alright, and yeah, Particio, since you're on Inventor, there's not really much to do with your JP, but cool. Alright, so we went up there, I got that. Yeah, so we just gotta come over here. Did I go in here?
I'll do what I must.
These things have such an intimidating noise that they make, but they're really not that scary, these albino bats. They just kind of make a lot of noise, and that's it. Let's Bewildering Grace. Once is weakened, SP reduced to 0, PP depleted.
Prepare.
Yay! These are all things that I wanted.
Who's next?
Luckily, Hikaru's
I
broken.
still have much to learn.
God, Bewildering Grace. How dare you. Okay, so this just leads to another treasure. $15,000. That I will take. Alright, and I think now that we're basically done exploring this area,
Strike them down.
what I want to do now is go get back on the ocean. And we can do some more things out there. Let's see. Twin Serpents or Limb from Limb? Twin Serpents. There we go.
I still have much to learn.
So yeah, we can go out on the ocean and explore a little bit, see what we can do out there, because there's that level 38 place I can go to that was out in the middle of the ocean. So that seems like worth it to check out. So we can go do that. There's a few other things I want to do, so we'll get to those as well. Specifically as soon as I get a good opportunity to do so. So yeah, we'll try to get a good amount of stuff done today. And I think it's Hikaru's next chapter that we're going to be doing. Or, no, Temenos. Yeah, so we have Temenos, and we have... Oh, chapter 3 is over there. Level 45, level 5. Okay, so yeah, it's just Hikari and Temenos that we have left to get to their final chapters. Which is good, so... Oh yeah, there's this character over here. What was your deal? Archaeologist. Oh yeah, you had the thing. 20% off of purchases is your ability. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's just go get back to the ocean, why don't we? And, I actually think I'll do something before we go to the ocean. Something, that seems like a fun idea to me. Alrighty, what are we doing, you may ask? People have mentioned in comments a few times that there's special animations that everybody has for some of the dancer abilities. I think the two that have been mentioned to me are Stimulate and Bewildering Grace. So, we're gonna see what some of these, look like. So, let's see what Oswald's Stimulate looks like. Let's move up, your thing. There we go, we get to see Oswald's back, shows his back there. Cool, cool. Oh yeah, I have to actually learn some of the skills on you guys. But we'll at least see the rest of Oswald's here.
Not this time.
But yeah, I gotta learn some of the skills on them so that they can actually do it. Yeah, because these two don't have what I need. But Oswald, what's your Bewildering Grace look like?
Victory is mine.
Oh hey, JP times 2. Fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and just murder them, why don't we? Okay, that's fun. But yeah, I thought this would be a fun thing to go ahead and do really quickly. Since some people had mentioned it, and it seemed like a good call. So there we go, we're done with Oswald. Now let's learn some stuff on the other two here. So yeah, Stimulate and Bewildering Grace are the two that I think I need to learn. So let's just do those. Maybe Peacock, Strut, and Lion Dance have something too. I could try those, I suppose. But first off, let's just see what all these look like. And I'll probably do this for every character, basically, just so I can see what all of their unique little animations are, because it's fun to me. All right, does Lion Dance look any different? I can't tell if that was actually different or not. But what does your Stimulate look like, Hikari?
Go a step ahead.
Just show everybody your Yakuza tattoo. Do it. Is yours basically the same?
Just slip on in.
Just slip on in. Okay, so Peacock Strut.
Put on a show.
Okay, no, they're always the Lion Dance and Peacock Strut are the same, but they're Oswald's put on a show. My God, this is amazing.
My turn.
All right, let's defend. Hikari, so what do you got? So we didn't see your Bewildering Grace, we just saw your Stimulate.
What will it be?
Ooh, that's a cool one. I like your dance, Hikari. All right, Partitio, what you got for me?
Time to roll the dice.
Wow, Partitio does. That was Michael Jackson, wasn't it? I believe it was. Well, that was awesome with the hat and everything. Super neat. I don't know which song it was from because I'm not super familiar with a lot of Michael Jackson stuff besides like Thriller, but yeah, that was something. Okay, time to go get more characters. Alright, Temenos, what do you got for me, friend? I like how you started this fight off by saying, do be gentle. Alright, let's Stimulate.
You're welcome.
You're welcome? What about you?
Don't get any ideas.
Okay, so the ladies just show a little bit of leg. The boys take their shirt off. Alright.
No.
Chet said don't get any ideas. Alright, Bewildering Grace.
This should make things interesting.
You like jump back and forth and it went rawr. Okay, Bewildering Grace.
Shall we test our
Beautiful.
What to do?
Alright, what about you?
Oh my.
Yup. Just a little bit of leg, huh? That's all you guys need? Alright, defend. Now we just need to see Throne's Bewildering Grace here.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, yours is like actually just a dance, how I would expect. Wild.
Now die.
Okay. But yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and fix everybody's classes and everything. And we can get back out on the ocean. That was a fun little thing though. Obviously with everybody that I did this on, I did spend a little bit of JP on them. I think it's like 130 was all that I spent, so nothing too wild at all. So I'm gonna go fix the party, and we'll go get into some other things. Alright, we are back out here on the water. This is what I have on everybody. Just a quick look for everyone in case they were curious. Hikari's the Thief, Throne is on Inventor, and Agnia is our Cleric for the day. So let's go ahead and go over here and hit up the Nameless Isle, because we're actually a good level for this place. So, what you got for me, Nameless Isle? Hit me with your best shot, fire away. So, Ancient Rat King... They're all probably just going to be weak to this, right? It's pretty effective. Just go ahead and use the Twin Serpents here. There we go.
For the pride of Ku.
Luckily, I can just plow right through most of these enemies. Let's make sure I have all of my stuff that I want. All of my skills equipped. All of my support skills, I mean. Learn skills. So increase JP, Life in the Shadows, and then you have Life in the Shadows as well, Hikari. I want you, Agnia, I think, to grab the extra XP skill off of Scholar. So go ahead and just do that, and let's learn some stuff for you. I think you have enough for it. So boost intensity, elemental barrage, stroke of genius. Analyze. There we go, there's extra XP. So now you can go back on, Cleric. And let's make sure you're already optimized. Okay, good. Because yeah, what you could equip didn't really change there. Alright, so now we can put this on you. Extra experience. There we are. Cool. So now I've maximized the amount of boosted stuff I'm getting from this. This place reminds me of Crescent Isle from Skies of Arcadia. God, I love that game. I heard tales that it might be getting a remake or like remaster, which would be so cool. I would totally LP that game if it got it. I'll probably LP that game even if it doesn't get one. Is it a perfect game? No, but I still love it and have many memories with it. And think it still has like one of the coolest settings of many JRPGs. Its setting was just so awesome. Hello, you sound wonderful. God. I think you need some Mucinex, friend. Look at you. God, Twin Serpents is so good. Just being able to hit all of them like that and do tons of damage. And that's not even using my busted sword I have on Hikari now. Alright. Out we go. And up here. There's a treasure chest. So is this just going to be leading another one of those that just leads to like a boss fight and then that's it? Is that pretty much just going to be it? Uh-huh. You think you're so cute. Inventor skills. They're all weak to daggers.
Well.
Or not all of them, but most of them.
Thinking time.
Okay. Lightning bolts. Bye-bye, friend.
I've seen worse methods.
Good level up for Hikari there. Alright. Treasure. What you got for me? Conscious Stone, which prevents unconsciousness. That's a good one. I'm sure there's going to be some bosses that use that status effect, because that's a pretty strong one. That is indeed a pretty damn strong one.
Strike them down.
Goodbye. And then, once again, just Twin Serpents. God, it's so good. You can just bop everything with that. Hikari's too strong. Hikari and Oswald, I swear. They're just way busted. Oh, Chet's pretty damn strong too. With the various creatures you can summon and everything. But I feel like a lot of the creatures I got earlier weren't as nearly as useful as a lot of the ones I have now. It feels like her capture ability kind of comes into its own.
And so it goes.
At the end of the game, basically, because that's when you get access to a lot of the really powerful ones. I much like Hikari's method of just basically being a blue mage, just being able to learn enemy skills.
I shall be your opponent.
God, we're running into a lot of enemies here. Of course, I don't have the reduced encounter rate thing on anymore because I just rather get the XP. So, that's a thing.
Well.
Bonk.
I take what I want.
Thorne's pretty good on Inventor, doing a lot of damage with that. Hello. A Quartz Axe. Don't think that's better than what we have. No. Slim chance to reduce the target's elemental attack, though. Okay. So this is just a pretty little quiet island.
Stand aside or fight.
Oh god, not Mucinex again. Hello. Icewind. Gooey Slug is what it's called. Inventor skill.
Well.
Blop.
Easy. And so it goes.
Here we are. Flying through these battles now. I'm so strong. Gods, I was strong. Okay, what is this? Danger is overwhelming.
Your load.
Step ahead, huh?
Thinking time.
Oh, you're weak to swords, you poor stupid idiot. Oh god, I feel so sorry for you. Okay, well, rest in peace you. 50,000 HP, you're also weak to bows. Alright, you know what to do, Hikari.
How?
God, it's so strong.
Ready.
Pardon? I don't think that's gonna help you, friend. Should I maybe hold off here? unable to steal from you. Let's just go ahead and armor corrosive you, why don't we? Hikari will be able to annihilate you with that. Let's lion dance, Hikari. This enemy's gonna go down so quickly now. Jolts? I mean, that is annoying that you constantly just keep filling in your shit there. Don't get me wrong. That's incredibly frustrating, but I still don't think we're gonna have too much trouble with you.
Here I come.
Especially if I do like 6 times or limb from limb. You can't actually use it if you. Oh, I don't have the SP. I was like, wait, you can't use it. No, you totally can. All right, just aggressive slash then. There we are.
Thinking time.
Let's analyze you a little bit more. Ice.
My turn.
Okay, Throne. Elemental bomb bottle.
Ready for a surprise.
There we go. You're broken. And let's go ahead and Bewildering Grace.
I wonder what it'll be.
SP. No effect. Fill latent power gauge. $10,000 dues. Hey, that one was actually good. Can't steal from you. So let's just surprise attack.
Heavy footed.
9,000. Hikari. Yinka. And then you get another attack at the end of the round for free. Oswald. You go ahead and Blizzard.
Rise, fierce.
Bye-bye.
I've seen worse methods.
Stupid dork. Thought you could beat me. Stupid dog. You made me look bad. What's this? You managed to fell a Gigantes? Sure did. My word, that is a great boon. You saved me from certain death. I was so absorbed in my exploration of the area that I had no idea I was wandering into its territory. What a pitiful end that would have been for Georges Lazuli. Who? I can hear you asking. I am a student of the ruins of this great wide world. Albeit not one of much renown, I'm sorry to say. Be that as it may, if you have any questions, fire away. The ruins. Interesting. Is this a rusty thing? Finisher's Claws. Wait, what? What does that do? Let's go over here. Raises damage dealt by crits. Holy shit, that seems good. Unfortunately, I have Hikari set up with the Blessing in Disguise stuff, so this is probably going to be a U thing. Yeah, let's get rid of that sprightly ring and put that on instead. Finisher's Claws. Let's lean Throne into crits, why don't we? Holy. Okay, that seems nice. Study the world's ruins as I have, and you pick up a few things. All the other linguistic scholars look like children, if you ask me. Vivid Jewel, Mage's Robe, Quartz Rod. I mean, I could beat you up, but... I don't much feel the need. Scrutinize. Nice try, but that won't work on me. Yeah, there's nowhere to get pissed off at me. No one to get pissed off at me here. An aged student of still more ancient ruins around the world. Bright, cheerful, and nimble. His undimmed curiosity continues to drive him even in his old age. Of necessity, he has become a skilled linguist and codebreaker, with particular expertise in deciphering ancient documents and inscriptions. How to decipher unknown languages. So we probably need this for when we find the final book, right? Bewildering Ballad calls a curious effect to occur one time. With your dance session? That seems neat. Thank you for that. Squall of Arrows. That seems really good. So we get we get the bewildering dance, but that also seems dangerous. But hey, we got how to decipher unknown languages. That's quite nice. That's a good get. All right. So next I want to go to Sai for the rest of this. Not the rest of this episode, but for the rest of my little bit of time we have here. And let's do some light reading, why don't we? I might also start making a point to go through some of the towns again, now that we're getting even higher level. and seeing if I've gotten all the stuff that I want from these places, basically. You know, just go back through, steal all the things I want, and all that jazz, so. Alright. So I did that. Riddles of Demi-Humans, the Great Wall in Myth and Legend, and Gate to the Netherworld. Alright, here we go. All demi-humans possess a certain modicum of intelligence. For example, ratkin are known to steal and employ human weaponry and clothing, and Burnians possess the ability to craft primitive stone axes. And yet a burning question remains unanswered. Who fabricated the crowns and other ornaments that demi-human leaders are often seen wearing? As far as we know, the demi-humans do not possess the technology or art to craft such intricate accessories. More curious yet, both the make and material of these ornaments are clearly not of human design. So where did they come from? Where, for that matter, did the demi-humans themselves come from? This is merely a theory without any evidence to support it, but perhaps these strange creatures hail from another world entirely? It's a game theory! Guarding the town of Stormhail in the Winterlands is the Great Wall, a colossal construction that has long kept the town safe from external threats. A local legend states this massive fortification was raised in a single night by the gods themselves. Sturdy and strong, yet intricate in its design, it is clear that this wall is indeed a feat of engineering beyond what modern civilization is capable of. Legend of this wall continues thus: the Great Wall is merely one small segment of some greater fortress, and the central citadel itself lies deep underground. Many archaeologists have spent years attempting to uncover this hidden redoubt to no avail. The central citadel, yeah, this is one small segment of the fortress and the central citadel lies deep underground. Many archaeologists have spent years attempting to uncover this hidden redoubt to no avail. Why didn't they just walk down the stairs and just fall down the bridge, like me? More curious is the event that occurred some 820 years ago. An enormous cavity suddenly appeared in the Great Wall. Though none know who created it or how, later given the name the Pit of Darkest, it was the catalyst for a conflict between the fallen kingdoms of Fjall and Delstash. That's what New Delsta was founded by. The struggle would later be known as the War of the Great Wall. Yeah, we've learned about this. The poet Kai penned this passage some 100 years ago. On an island lost in sea split twain lies a portal to an alien plane. Beware, be warned, ye fools who'd approach, for none should draw near this gate encroach. When Kai first published this passage, it was assumed this island was a mere figment, the product of a poet's overactive imagination. However, in recent years, Kai's less well-known history as an adventurer has come to light, and scholars have begun to debate whether his poems were not fantasy, but in fact the annals of his travels. A warning for you who reads this entry. Though the existence of a portal to an alien plane seems preposterous, we must remember that what seemed impossible yesterday becomes common sense tomorrow. Sneer at what you don't understand at your own peril, for one day you may find yourself on the wrong side of the truth. Alrighty. Well, with that, I think we're good here. I think I'm gonna run around town here in Sai and just check to make sure I have everything I want from a lot of the characters here and stuff. And then we'll be on our way. I might also check my notes to see if there's any characters in particular that I have notes written about that I might want to get stuff from. Hey, we never scrutinized Masood's daughter, I'm guessing after the quest. We also just got a critical bracelet from her. Daughter of the legendary merchant Masood, she does not resent her father for disregarding both herself and her mother for the sake of his business, but she's not respect him either. She simply resolves never to live the way he did. Do you have any cool skills? Lightning Falls. Alright, so this is the stuff I've gotten so far. Not anything too crazy. A revitalizing gem, critical bracelet, a handkerchief. So, nothing too wild yet. Oh my god, I'm stealing a lot of stuff over here. Where we had, Agnia's previous chapter. I got Little Crow, Sandstorm Spear, Storm Spear, Warglaves, some baskets, Reinforcing Jam. Just a bunch of good, like, items and stuff. I'm just robbing these people blind. And, which is really messed up, because this is specifically the poor part of town. Did I ever ambush this person and get in here? I did not. I never got in here. Cool. Tattered dress and tattered shoes. Huh. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I wonder what those are useful for. Maybe you can turn them into something good at some point. A dancer's journal. Shh. Thank you for that. I don't know how much time has passed since my teacher left, but even though no one is left to instruct me, I will continue my training. I practice the steps she taught me over and over again in hopes that I will be able to move just as she did. Never forget the dance that changed my life. In my memories, my teacher shines like the sun. I've decided that I too will be as radiant as she was, and no one will ever shake that resolve. So this is Dulcinea, and the tattered dress and shoes I got are Dulcinea's old dress and shoes. My teacher spoke of a grand theater on the eastern continent. She said it could hold hundreds and was home to a gorgeous stage on which only the most resplendent of performers could ever set foot. That is a world that I, in this poor dirty town, cannot even begin to imagine. I doubt I'm the only one. Platt, his wife, the orphans, even the townspeople. The world is just too dazzling for us. It shines too brightly. But if it is truly that beautiful, I want to show it to everyone. That's why I'm going to become a star and change everything. When I'm rich, I can rebuild this place. I can light up every corner of this dark, dingy, leafless little town and make it shine. I'll build a grand theater just for us. Then everyone can live in happiness. But to do that, I must practice. I must dance and sing with all my might until I become a star. I will dedicate all that I am to this town. So today, tomorrow, and the day after, I will keep dancing. Yeah, and at some point you lost sight of that, Dulcinea. Because, yeah, like... She clearly thinks that, like, just tearing the town down and turning it into something else is going to help, but really it's not going to help the people at all. And you're forgetting one of the things you said there, that you wanted people to be happy. You should ask them what they want and what things you could do that would be best to actually help them. Let's use these two resistant nuts on these two. But you can also see what other stuff I got here. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff to get here. So, there you go, and there you go. Beautiful. Well, that was a good house to go ahead and get into. You know, I have a little bit more time. Maybe we spend a little bit more time going in somewhere else to get even more stuff. Like, I really need to start re-exploring some of these towns since we're leveling up, because there's so much stuff here to grab. Honestly, it's kind of absurd. So, this is side done. Let's go... I can't get to Ku, so let's go to Wellgrove and see what I can get. Ooh, you have a few good things, and I've also never scrutinized you.
Well, now.
A young merchant who just inherited the family business, but is too timid to approach customers, or so he says. The real reason he refuses to go out and drum up business even when sales sit at zero is sheer stubbornness. Cool. Ooh, there's a bunch of characters in here we've never gotten things from. Did I ever come in here and I can actually grab everything from the characters here? I don't know that I did. There's even some characters to scrutinize.
What's this?
Head guard at Alron's department store. A former merchant himself, he was forced to close down his store after a huge transaction fell through disastrously. Secretly, he hopes to get back into business and is learning what he can at the department store while he guards it. Interesting. Ooh, and you have good stuff. Okay. Ooh, neato. You know what? I think something I want to do. I've been wanting to get someone with puppy dog eyes for Particio, so I think I'm going to bring Particio with me into the department store, so that if I find someone with good stuff... Hikari's kind of very high level now anyway, so he can go. So this way I have the 3 characters I want, and if I see anything that I really want that I can't steal, I can just buy with Particio as well, which will be useful. But, yeah, I would like to see what cool abilities everybody has and stuff. But yeah, let's do some more reading. This is just the reading episode, apparently. Moderately fills the target's latent power gauge. Ooh.
What's
the wife of a merchant at the department store. She brings him lunch every day, but always ends up buying something while she's there. The ingredients for his lunch are expensive enough, but she cannot resist the lure of the department store. I just want to buy everything. Goodness, who knew how dangerous the department store could be? I know. Welcome to Alron's department store. My dad runs a shop in this department store.
What?
A boy who came to the department store with his mother. He used to think commerce was boring, but since his first visit, he has dreamed of selling something there too. His father, a merchant, works harder than ever to live up to the new respect the boy shows for him. Give me your stuff, kid. Just stealing candy from kids. Okay, so I have talked to some of them. Won't be beat, I'll put my heart and soul into this. The weapon shop had said it had new stuff. Giant's Blade? That seems pretty good. Monster Bone Spear. Assassin's Dagger is pretty good. For Throne? King of Beasts. Yggdrasil Staff. Ooh, that's good for Oswald. course, we have that really crazy staff I'm going to go steal for Oswald soon, so maybe we don't bother with that. I do like the extra evasion it gives you and stuff, though. Could be good for Agnia as well. Let's hold off on buying something, though, until we get a good character and sell some stuff here. Because who's currently with me? 30% off of purchases is what I have. Oh. I still have this. I thought I got rid of you. Okay, well, let's buy an Yggdrasil staff, then. Let's go ahead and equip it on Oswald. Save 16,000 leaves with that. Okay, but I need somebody that's good at helping me make money by selling things, specifically. But let's talk to everybody else. Because I have so many selling fodder items.
What?
Chef at the Royal Court of Timberrain. Spices are his passion, and he came running to the department store the moment he heard about its rare spice selection. His research into the golden flavor ratio for the ultimate curry continues. I see. What do you sell? Armor. Ooh. Acrobat's mantle? That's pretty good. Starlight hat? The heavy great shield? Yeah, you have some good stuff. I wouldn't mind getting something that expands your stock. Can't believe a store like this would succeed. You don't like it? A woman bitter over the department store's success because her husband failed in business and disappeared 6 months ago. Having lost everything, seeing other people flourish fills her with resentment. Oh. That sucks, but... I mean, you shouldn't just be bitter about other people. So what's over here? Healing Grape Bunch? What do you sell? Medicinal herb shop. Ooh. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. I have a lot of these already. But, these are good to know that they're here. Hi. Got so many tools here. How do I know which one to get?
Well,
Newly hired apprentice carpenter whose master sent her here with some money to buy herself a new set of tools. Learning to choose good tools is the first step for any craftsman. Platinum hatchet, critical ring, I'll be taking all of that. Oh, these people and products are making my head spin. I know, it can be a little bit overwhelming, can't it, friend? Sometimes. Give me all of those. Back pain? Yeah, you want to learn back pain?
what?
An old man brought to the department store by his granddaughter. He was so excited by the department store that he couldn't sleep, yet he cannot hold a candle to his granddaughter's energy. Now he's just staying put so he doesn't get lost. Yeah, that's a lot to take in. Scrutinize?
Well,
Merchant who resolved to leave Wellgrove forever and migrate to the eastern continent until the success of the department store changed his mind. Now he plans to stay here and share in his hometown's good times. Soulstone platter. Interesting. Ooh, you have a slippery nut. Cool. I also think I got a drop from some enemies I beat earlier that was an almighty soulstone. Which I don't know if that was important or anything, but it seemed cool. It's here in my inventory somewhere. It was down here with these things. But god, look at how much stuff I have to sell. Yeah, it should be around here somewhere. Pretty sure it was here. Skystone. I swear I saw it. Almighty Soulstone. Whatever. And I'm pretty sure it was like the little bag thing, but whatever. The slippery nut. So who needs evasion? 208. That would be Particio. It's your lucky day, friends. Alright, what do you got? Black cap. Oh, I didn't mean to buy that. Oh well. Well, I guess I bought it. I could have got it for free. Young man brought here by help wanted posters. He has spoken to many of the merchants doing business in the department store and is astonished by the excellent wages and conditions they all offer. In fact, he's having trouble deciding where to work. Isn't it nice when places that you want to work actually pay a living wage? And they're still making money too. Isn't it great? Record shop. Oh, so this is where you buy all of these. Yeah, I'm not super interested, especially since I'm kind of value my money right now, but I'll keep it in mind. So now we can hit up all of these people. Quartz robe. I could just buy that. Silver tongue. Let's see. That's your hire. I couldn't buy it, but I could beat you up for it. But I don't much feel the need. Energy in the air here reminds me of my hometown. I think I found a fine trading partner here. Hope this is the beginning of a long and prosperous relationship. Soul Sucker and Blood Sucker. Ooh. Oh, hello. Thorough appraisal received 3 to 20% off purchases. Ew. I'm kicking your ass because I want both of those weapons.
I like my art.
Hey, friends. I'm gonna need to, take that stuff off your hands there. Actually, now I can just stab you. I can just stab you a few times to finish this.
Thinking.
Owie.
Try
Pain.
again.
Boom. Alright. And now, I will burn you alive. 8,000? Not quite enough to kill you,
This
but...
wasn't in my calculation.
You still have a pretty good amount of HP. Alright, let's just continue to stab you some more. Ow.
Now
I hit myself.
then, done.
There we go. And now you're probably dead, right? No, this merchant's pretty tanky. Okay, that was scary.
This one's for me.
Squall of arrows, got it. That's a scary attack.
Try again. No.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Study
Oh.
harder.
Alright. Squall of arrows is good. I want to get that on Hikari. Soul Sucker and Blood Sucker obtained, though. Those seem like they'll be pretty good. They're not as strong, but they heal you or recover your SP, which is nice, so I will be taking those. Alright, and what else we got? Do you have a good skill? 5% off purchases. I don't need that. I need different things. Yeah, I need sell. Get more money for selling things. 20% off when using hired help. Oh god, you're frightfully strong. I can just take all of those things. Thank you. Where might that craftsman be? I think so many people would come to the store at this hour. Very interesting. Ooh, a sharp nut. Thank you. You have a sniper's bow too. I don't super care, however. By the way, what's at this shop? Is this just... yeah, okay. Alright, so... up here, I guess? What you got for me? More nuts and stuff. 20% off purchases. Ugh. Store's offerings couldn't have been gathered overnight. This place is even livelier than I thought. Wonderful. Wonderful. 15% off purchases. Damn it! No, that's not what I need. I see. So this is a department store. Ooh, the tin toy! Oh, hey, that's what I needed. That's what I needed for one of the things for the inventor. Earn 5 to 40% more from sales. Is that as good as it's gonna get? I would rather the consistency, if I'm gonna be honest. 5 to 40%. It's just random. I would rather the consistency of something else, like just 20% more. I mean, 5 to 40% is pretty good. Like, specifically when you get the 40% more, it can be quite nice, but... obviously, if you get the 40% on some of the expensive stuff, that's quite useful. Puppy Dog Eyes is like, what, 10 to 20%? Which makes it slightly better. I'm gonna get it. It doesn't seem awful. So, let's just grab it, and I can sell all my stuff now, finally. I mean, I guess I don't really need to sell it right now, but I don't know, it's burning a hole in my pocket, okay? So let's just, yeah, even the stones. Look at that, 2 more leaves with Bargainer. 16 more leaves. I wonder if there's a way to game this to guarantee that you get, like, the really good one for some of these. But God, look at how much money we're getting. Thick tome. Boom, 1,500 more leaves. Oh, yeah. I've been waiting to do this for a very long time, okay? I've had this stuff for so long. Oh, gods. Curious Antiques. 3,000 more out of that. Gold pocket watches. 5,000. Nope, not Purse of Hope. Dazzling artwork, though? Yeah, that can go. Here we go. Cool. I'd say that was worthwhile. Now we're up to 463,000 leaves. Good, good, good. And we have the tin toy, which I can go turn back in. So, alright, that was worthwhile checking that place out. I got a little bit more to do here, but then I'll meet you over at the, whatchamacallit place. Remembered, I can get the Great Blade now, because Agnia's level 37 at least. Alright, we're here, and I think I can make a few new things. Oh, I don't have the mythical horn, so we can't make this thing. Damn. That's fine though, because I think we can make one of these. Oh, I don't have the ancient cog, but I do have this, so the hastening hammer I can use. Oh, could that be? Why, yes it is! The very materials I need for my next invention. You're truly a wonderful assistant. Now then, prepare yourself. Birth of an invention. Okay, so we're still missing a few things. But now that we have the Great Blade, I can do that. Done it! My sixth invention! The hastening hammer is finally complete! That's just a hammer with an engine on it. These are the materials you brought me to craft a hammer stronger and lighter than ever possible. So, despite its somewhat intimidating size, it can be wielded by just about anyone. It's another invention flawlessly finished. I dare say my genius is almost frightening. Now that you've seen it, yep. With learning the skill, you unlock a new support skill. Thanks to all the materials you brought me, my inventing is continuing apace. Not to blame you for being utterly charmed. Okay, and I got a new skill from that as well. Hastening hammer. A large hammer composed of various materials. The combination of these particular materials creates a heretofore unimaginable strength and lightness. The general purpose materials can be used again even after disassembly. Cool. So what's my new skill? It said something about accessories, I think, right? Raises the attributes of the equipping character's accessories. I wonder by how much. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of characters with... I wonder if you could see it here. You know what? We can see right here. So, HP necklace gives 30 HP. If I equip Agnia with this, it gives me... So... It's just 50%. So, you get 50% bonus stats from accessories. Because it gave me 30 HP, and now it's giving me 15. I like that it actually shows the change here. Okay, well that's not worth it at all over a lot of these other things that I have. I mean, it's cool to have, I guess. And once we get some things that give you more points, it'd be worth it. But I feel like a lot of the skills that we're going to get in late game, the more useful ones are going to be ones like, you know, step ahead. Or, not skills, accessories. It's going to be more like, the beastly scarf here, things that give you unique effects, like raises damage dealt by critical hits, that kind of stuff. So just straight up stat stick items are not going to be as useful the later we get, I believe. Also, let's go ahead and learn Bethelgen's Bounty. There we go. Oswald, you've maxed quite a few classes at this point. Alright, now let's get out of here and go see what we want to do. I mentioned Temenos' Chapter 3, so... God, we've already been recording for 1 hour and 9 minutes, but I guess this is what we're doing, huh? So, let's go ahead and change out the party. Temenos, you go in over Agnia. Throne and Particio can stay, I suppose. I gotta put Temenos back on his correct class. As fantastic as you are as a dancer, you remind me of, who is it? The main character of Death Parade. I forget his name. That's what you look like to me. Alright, so, Scholar. There you go, friend. And why don't we go ahead and learn, Stroke of Genius on you, and then... So we ally the ability to act again at the end of the turn for 3 turns. Only one additional action can be taken per turn. That is pretty good, but I think I want this so you can use it on Oswald when we're in battles. Because I'm always using all of Oswald's BP, but having you have the ability to use it on Oswald would be nice. Alrighty, hear a tale. Stormhail route. Temeno pays a visit to the Sacred Guard's headquarters in Stormhail. He intends to interrogate Vados the Architect, who is being held on suspicion of having murdered the Pontiff. Yeah, we found out a lot of stuff last time about, like...
Stormhail. Home to the headquarters of the Sacred Guard.
About, like, the cults, and we think that the cult is actually good, and the church is bad, and yeah.
And the last place in which I expected to receive a reply to my letter. Mint has lost none of her penchant for procedure, I see.
Dear Temenos, are you well? For my part, I am pleased to say that the investigation has calmed at last. Whenever I think upon the late Pontiff, a tightness seizes my chest. Nevertheless, I forge ahead. I received your letter gladly. I understand the Sacred Guard's headquarters is your next destination. I pray you'll not quarrel with them, despite your, shall we say, strained relationship. As ever, our door is open to you should you need rest. May the dawn bring good tidings and good fortune. Mint.
Mint is as meddlesome in print as in person. I won't be returning anytime soon, which I'm sure she'll be displeased to hear. Very well then, to work. And to the Sacred Guard. For the interrogation of one Vados, the Architect.
I'm sure this is gonna go well, us being in the headquarters of the Sacred Guard. At least we get to see Crick. Come here more times than I care to remember. I had to see the Pit of Darkest just south of here for myself. Aha, the root of the Seventh Source, if I'm not mistaken. And a pit full of nothing but mystery. I knew the moment I laid eyes on it that my research would be a lifelong pursuit. Fascinating. I should like to see it for myself. You had better prepare yourself accordingly if you do go. Countless scholars have died trying to explore it. Then what made you devote your life to researching something so dangerous as the one true magic? I have to know the truth, it's that simple. Haha, one sympathizes. We humans are drawn to such perilous mysteries. Alright, let's go. See what we got in here. I'm sure things are going to go very well.
The crows dither and squawk in their nest as ever. It leaves me cold every time I lay eyes upon it.
Move! Move, I say! Ow! Ow, ow, ow!
Hey, it's Crick!
Forgive me. Are you hurt?
Oh, quite. Mortally wounded, in fact.
As I live and breathe, Temenos. If you've come all this way, then you're here to interrogate Vados, aren't you?
Indeed. And what has you so flustered?
Just the fact that you're here, Temenos. He's very excited. You know, see you again.
Truth be told, I've overslept.
And now you're in quite the rush. Newly anointed, are we? Then use the following as your excuse. Forgive me, but I had to receive the unexpected visitor from the Inquisition.
But that would be a lie.
The path to adulthood is paved with benign lies, Crick.
I will not stand for you treating me like a child.
Oh? I believe all I've done is offer you an alibi.
So you did. And I am left wondering why. You must have designs.
You mustn't doubt people so.
We have no designs on anything but your heart, Crick. Okay, just cool it.
No. No. I cannot abide this. I shall accept the punishment for my tardiness.
Serves me right for trying to repay a debt.
What debt?
I love the relationship between these two. It's great. So can I explore this place?
How fares Vados since his capture?
Actually, no. I could explore this place before. What am I talking about? I've already explored this place.
I do not know. I was not with him the whole time. I was only to escort him to the Sacred Guard's headquarters. He is being held somewhere within its confines, I imagine.
Would you arrange a meeting with him for me? I promise you I would do it myself, were I on better terms with the Sacred Guard.
Consider it done, Temenos.
Night Crick, what brings you here?
The Inquisitor has come from the church. He requests a meeting with Vados the Architect, whom I brought here not days ago.
Just a moment. My apologies, but I see no record of his arrival.
Oh, yes. What a surprise.
In fact, I do not see the name Vados written anywhere at all.
How can that be? Search once more, I beg you. There must be some mistake.
I assure you, I've looked over the ledger numerous times. There is no mistake.
I don't understand.
Come, Crick. Let us return later. You're certain you delivered him here?
Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Then perhaps the Sacred Guard has stricken his name from the ledger. For some reason or other.
How dare you? That cannot be! A messenger of the gods would never distort the truth.
Not even if their gods willed it done?
You dare utter such blasphemy!
The truth is a thing to be discerned with one's own eyes, Crick. Not even the gods deserve our unquestioning loyalty.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I understand that your faith is shaken. But I ask you, do you not wish to know the truth? We must investigate the Sacred Guard. Will you join me? If so, then I ask you to search for any other records of Vados' arrival. I shall search our surroundings for anything unusual. Good luck, Crick.
Now, Crick, I don't want you hanging out with that Temenos boy anymore. He's a bad influence. Oh, Temenos, you are so fantastic. I love you so much. Teaching Crick not to just be a Boy Scout and just accept everything. Wow, I just happened to run exactly where I needed to. Whoops. But yeah, just being like, Crick, get over your being a Boy Scout. Doubt things sometimes. Don't just follow everything blindly.
Bloodstains. What you seek lies just ahead, they say. And also, beware, danger lurks here. Identify yourself. Of course, I know why you've come. Put simply, you mean to eliminate me.
Well, unfortunately for you, I have my... Oh god, who's in the party? Well, I don't remember who else is in the party, but unfortunately for you, I have my very, very pissed off mage dad, so you better watch yourself.
Temenos!
Crick,
I'm glad you're safe.
Why'd you come over here? Why didn't you stay over there? We could have boxed them in. You just want to protect me, you big goof.
You've a Sanctum Knight by your side, you know. Perhaps you could rely on the power of a God's Blade such as me.
he says, newly anointed.
That hood. Are they from the Sacred Guard? Who are you? Show yourself! Stop!
We must not follow them too far, Crick.
Now see, this is why you shouldn't have jumped down the stairs. Temenos has shown that Temenos can protect himself. If you had stayed on the stairs, you could have stopped this from happening.
But Temenos!
My debts to you multiply, Crick.
Cease your worrying over these debts.
So, you renounce your gods?
I wish to believe in the gods, as I wish to believe in you.
Then allow me to thank you for your trust. We must press onward. We've yet to find what we're searching for.
Alright, so are we going in here? Is this a dungeon? Or we're just examining a body?
It's Vados the Architect.
Killed to keep quiet.
But why?
Oh no, somebody killed him while he was in his cell. We don't know how it happened. Oh, but we'll put the best Sanctum Knights on the job. Don't you worry. We'll figure out who did this, we will.
What an unfortunate end for the wicked Vide's servant. How fares your investigation, Crick?
I searched the Sacred Guard's own records, but there is truly no mention of his arrival.
Someone ordered this done, Crick. Someone connected to the Sacred Guard itself.
Surely not.
They used Vados and then had him killed.
You're lying. I don't believe you. The Sacred Guard would never. Temenos, is there anything in which I can place my faith?
Me?
That you must find out for yourself. Though I must warn you, there are few things worthy of our faith.
You don't even have faith in your own gods, do you? You doubt anything and everything in this world.
Doubt is what I do.
I hail from a noble house, albeit one fallen from grace. My parents taught me to steal, to use others as a stepping stone to my own success. But I couldn't bring myself to believe that is the sum total of this life. Then the Inquisitor paid me a visit and told me something I'll never forget. A noble flame burns within you. Those words gave me something to believe in. For the first time in my life, I left home and joined the Order of the Sacred Flame. The world is a cruel and irrational place. I wanted something to believe in, something to hold fast to. I want to extend a hand to the weak and cleave the wickedness from this world. I wish to be that sword for the people.
Well, that is just lovely in its naivety.
Do not mock me, Temenos. I meant what I said.
The Inquisitor you met. His name was Roy, was it not?
So you knew him?
I'd a strange affinity for him, yes. Come to think of it, you resemble one another. You both share a rigid sense of morality that makes you honest to your own detriment. Roy preceded me as Inquisitor. However, he embarked on an investigation into the Church, but never returned.
Yes, I'm aware.
The Church has secrets. Extraordinary, terrible secrets. Those were his final words to me. Those words cemented in me a distrust of the Church and a desire to expose the truth. And they are a dying wish I intend to honor. Mind you, I do not intend to find and kill whoever is behind this. I simply wish to bring the truth to light. Long have I searched for it, and at last it is close at hand.
I am beginning to believe it myself. The Sacred Guard is hiding something.
You've made great strides this day, Crick.
Now, who could be the mastermind? Let us review what we know, Temenos.
No, that is enough for today.
Are you joking?
I feel fatigue setting in, and besides... You were injured in the attack, were you not?
What, this?
You must take care of yourself, Crick.
No, Temenos cares about Crick.
We charge headlong into danger.
Understood, Temenos. But do be honest with me. You're allowed to say you just want time alone to think.
That's delightfully perceptive of you, Crick.
Good night, Temenos.
Good night.
I don't like this. I have a bad feeling that something's gonna happen to Crick. We just had a sweet moment with Crick. We're separating. The person that was attempting to murder me saw Crick defending Temenos. I don't know. I have a bad feeling. Very, very bad feeling. We're gonna stay at the inn. I don't like it. This is setting up.
Before Vados was murdered, he killed the Pontiff, an apothecary, and a scholar. The problem is, someone must have forced him to do it. And this won't end until we find out who. We need more evidence.
Surrender yourself not unto silent dusk. For the light shall fade.
Those words. I must learn more about them.
Oh, Crick, you stupid idiot. Oh, no.
Here it is. Surrender yourself not unto silent dusk, for the light shall fade. It's a verse from the Book of Night.
Yeah.
As if it weren't surprising enough that these stacks lay hidden in our headquarters. How did Vados come to know a verse from this, of all tomes? I simply do not understand. Nevertheless, this may be the key we've been looking for. I must inform Temenos.
Think, Temenos. Whoever is behind this plot ordered the Pontiff and the others murdered, and their pages from the Book of Night taken. Who would do such a thing? There must be something I've overlooked. Perhaps I should search the premises of the Sacred Guard once more.
I mean, I feel like I know who this is going to be, but...
My nose. Nose.
I wish that was a lewd dream instead of what I'm pretty sure it was, Temenos. Because I don't think we're gonna find Crick among the living. Make for the Sacred Guard's headquarters. I was a bit confused for a second because it showed Temenos looking like he was walking outside and then he was just in bed. But I think he was saying, I'll go to the Sacred Guard's quarters in the morning. Basically. No music playing either. You never like to hear that.
What's happened now? This is quite a crowd.
Why did I have to call it? Anytime you have sweet cutscene with a character, God, oh my God.
That's one of them from the Sacred Guard, isn't it? How'd this happen?
No, no. Gods be merciful.
My apologies. Would you let me through? Crick!
Why'd you have to go investigate alone, you idiot?
He's dead. But why?
Yeah, I mean, they signposted this pretty damn hard. It was pretty obvious there, but whew.
He's got something in his hand. A scrap of paper. From a book?
Surrender yourself not into silent dusk, for the light shall fade.
These words.
Stand back! Clear path!
This isn't a show. Go about your days.
What are you doing here? Be on your way.
He was my friend. I wish to aid in the investigation of his death.
I failed to see how you'd be anything more than dead weight. Be gone.
Crick. Your clue is safe with me, and it was not gathered in vain. I shall follow the path you have laid out before me. The truth lies in the flame.
Oh. You're gonna reconstruct your murder right here. Guide Crick's phantom? Ow. You know, Sacred Slash.
Crick, I swear to you I will carry on the work you were torn from yesterday. And so, I must be off.
Alright, let's follow Crick. It's more like he's guiding me, not I'm guiding him. Alright, let's follow you, Crick. I saw exactly where you went, don't worry. Right in here to the stacks.
Given the scrap of paper in his hand, he must have been poring over the works in this room.
It looked different.
Though I cannot imagine what would be so sensitive as to warrant killing a man for laying eyes upon it. Did he go elsewhere after procuring this clue? Why is this book upside down?
Secret passage, because like I said, it looked different, so...
And the creation of heaven and earth, no less. Surely it's not the first to be put back in haste, but... Wait a moment. There's something scrawled on the back of the shelf. Break the earth's shackles and look to the heavens. That's a bit too much to ascribe to coincidence. I'll be sure to look into these heavens.
Yep. I was thinking the rafters, because yeah, we saw this place, I couldn't do anything up there before. All I could think of with Temeno saying, like, I will investigate these heavens, is that comic that somebody made of God of War, where Kratos is like, boy, what does it mean? What does it say? And then Atreus says, it says, what's, or up dog? And then Kratos goes like, up dog, what is this up dog? And Atreus goes, I don't know, Dad, what's up with you? And then Kratos just squints his eyes and says,
Let's see. I've come here in search of the heavens, and yet...
Kratos just squints his eyes and goes, I will remain vigilant for this up dog. I don't know, I just love it so much.
What's this? Some sort of mechanism? That sounded like a lock opening.
Where are all the sacred guards while I'm doing this, by the way? I'm like walking around on the rafters and shit, and like nobody's even here. Like, I don't imagine they would have sent everybody out to investigate the body. Okay. So, yeah, oh, it's the door that I totally said was a door, because it looks super like a door. Damn, Crick, you did all this on your own?
A secret door.
I wouldn't say it's much of a secret.
You became a true knight before you passed, Crick. No ordinary man would notice such a thing.
Damn, I'm not ordinary.
I'm going to find the truth, Crick. The truth you were diligently working toward.
Alright. Uncover the truth. Wait, who's walking around up there? Hello? Will you get mad at me if you catch me? No. Okay. Interesting. interesting. Forbidden Shrine. They were kind of patrolling, so I was like, will I get in trouble if I get caught? No, apparently not. Alright, and these are the monsters that are hanging out in here. I see. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and hit them with some fireballs, why don't we? We got, some enemies to defeat and a boss to defeat.
I've seen worse methods.
So, bum, 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 bum. I gotta make sure it's night and it stays night, because I get some good buffs from that. Gleaming amulet. Greatly reduces light damage. That's pretty good. Be useful against some bosses and stuff, I'm sure. Probably useful against the boss that's coming up right now, in fact. Luminescence. And a fireball out of you. Luckily the elementals have like no HP. And we are just super, super strong right now. I feel absurdly powerful. So have I learned all of the skills on Scholar? I have, so I'm just working on Aelfric's Blessing now. Which is a very, very good skill, I must say. Olive of Life. So I can't wait to have that, although that's once again another one of those skills I feel like I would want on Agnia more than actually Temenos. Fireball. Revenant's looking kind of scary. Oh wait, do I not have a class on Partitio? Oh my god, I just realized I came in here with Partitio. I think he needed to be here though. I think he needs the XP, so... But, I was intending to come in with Akari. But whatever.
Heavy-footed. All
Go.
tidied up.
Alright, Partitio. We'll give you a class, don't you worry, friend. So, what do you need to work on, probably? Can put you on Dancer. Honestly, yeah, I might just put you on Dancer. So you can do that stuff for us. Yeah. Yeah, just hang out on Dancer, Partitio. Seems like a good call to me. I wish you could change your... Oh, you can change your formation here with the X button. Cool, cool, cool. Because, I like my healer to be in the second slot. I like my main character to be in the first slot. I like, a black mage slash support character to be... Basically, I want my support characters in the middle slots always, and then I want, like, my damage dealer slash tank at the end. It's how I always play JRPGs. I have no idea why. Also, this video's been recording for 2 hours now, so we're in it, to say the least. Excuse me? What are these?
Oh dear.
Accursed armor. Interesting.
Is that the spot?
Oh yeah, that's the spot, alright. Bye-bye. Absurd damage coming out of us. Because we have some really, really strong spells and stuff now. Healing Grape. Here you are. Aelfric.
Howdy there, man.
Howdy there. Oh, we got ambushed. Owie. Well, I can tell you, I'm gonna surprise attack you. Later. Fireball's fine. And then you can hit him with an Arrow of Fortune. And then Oswald can just burn them alive with an Ember.
Study harder.
Good. Alrighty, so that's good. I was thinking I wanted to do something, but I don't remember what it was now. $15,000 dues, I will be taking that. No reason in going over there. Alright, we're getting close to where the actual boss fight is. Oh, these stupid things. Die. Yay. Renee's hitting level 40 now. God. We've come so far. And fought so hard, but in the end it didn't even matter. Alright.
Let the experiment begin.
God, more of you? Jeez. I know it's because I'm sprinting everywhere, but...
Fire.
No, it's faster, and I don't particularly care if I get into a fight, because it ends in like 2 seconds, and then I get a bunch of free shit, so... Yep, this is where you were.
What is this place? Forbidden tomes, all. So much knowledge erased from history. What could possibly be the Sacred Guard's aim?
I see the Pontiff's hound knows how to follow a scent.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure I know who this is.
Crick knew too much.
Yeah.
He was a fool to bring you into this. To continue his investigation. An investigation that led him to the Book of Night. And, consequently, to his grave. By the hand of someone you know well.
Who are you? Why are you trying to stop us?
Uh-oh.
Show yourself, you coward! You're Captain Caldina.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this is expected. I mean, like I said, I mean, this has been set up for a hot minute, so.
Why?
Oh, Crick. You are such a capable man. A little too capable, perhaps. Accept your punishment for disobeying the gods.
So, the one behind all this is Caldina.
You understand we must put an end to you. Just like we did to your little helper. He wasn't an easy kill, I'll say that. Captain Caldina herself had to intervene and finish the job. But he was a damn fool, as are you. Your perverse sense of justice leads you to defy the gods. And so, you shall have your divine punishment.
What's so funny? Is there something on my face?
Where is she?
Mm-hmm. Temenos is mad.
Is that anger I see in your eyes? How unusual. Does it hurt, knowing your cute little assistant's been killed?
Yes. No one kills my boy toy and gets away with it.
The captain's gone. She has other matters to attend to. And that's all you need to know.
Fine. Seal your lips, you so-called messenger of the divine.
Captain Caldina herself ordered you killed, you know. I believe her words were, bring the hound to heel.
Stay your beak, Crow.
Stay your beak, Crow. Alright, let's go ahead and analyze you.
Let me look.
You're gonna go down like a sack of potatoes. Let me be honest with you. Right now. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna go well for you, alright?
I need a plan.
It's not gonna go well at all.
Ready?
Alrighty, so... Hastening Hammer. Yeah, we never actually saw what this did. Unleash a highly powerful physical attack on a single foe and reduce the crafting time of an invention by 1 turn. Ooh, okay, interesting. Interesting. So it speeds up the crafting of our other things. That's quite cool. That's quite cool. There you go.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Hello, did you think you were gonna get an attack? I don't think you are.
Don't underestimate.
Wildering Grace. What do we got? My items are gone. The latent power gauge. Bolt lightning strikes the enemy.
Ready?
Okay. I mean, we'll take that. We'll take that. All right. What do we want to use now? So, greater your speed, the more potent the attack, or surprise attack. I think surprise attack would just do more damage at this point. I forgot to put the thing on Throne that increases her max damage. So I think probably what I want to do here is HP Thief, actually, because it hits twice.
Thinking time.
That wasn't quite 9,000, so...
Feel my wrath.
The Felgen's Bounty. Let's hit you with it. How much is this going to do?
I summon thee.
11,000! Okay, that was actually pretty strong. Alright, jeez. Alright, Oswald. Absolutely annihilate this nerd. Moving allies. Action up 1 spot. Nothing really to do there. Weakens Lions. Dance you. Temenos. So greatly boost the intensity of a single ally spells 3 times. There you go, Oswald. Nullifying shield? What does that do? Nullifies all enfeebling effects, huh? Okay, well that's certainly something.
Be healed. Thanks.
There we go.
My turn.
What do we want to use now? So you're not going to be weak to... Yeah, you got rid of that, so... Let's see what exactly it is that you're going to be weak to here. Gotta pull up the old picture on my phone, as I mentioned about 1 billion times before. But yeah, I mean, after some of the stuff I've been fighting, you're gonna be a cakewalk. It's not gonna be hard. So, let's see here. Yeah, so you're weak to spears and staves, so it can be daggers, axes, or bows. Daggers, axes, or bows. It's not daggers because I've already used daggers, so it has to be axes or bows. It's axes. Cool. Alrighty, so what do I want to do then? Just do a regular attack with you. Partitio, I think I want to give your BP to Oswald, probably. Sorry about that. There you go.
Very well.
Temenos. We can go ahead and just have you do a elemental barrage here. There we go. And you are super dead, friend. I don't have increased whatchamacallit on you, but Ignis Ardere. Deal fire-based damage to all foes 3 times. Interesting. Glacius Claudere, Tonitris Canere. Probably butchering the pronunciation of that, but here you go.
Help them, ice.
Okay, so that was about probably like 22,000, 23,000 damage there. That's pretty good. I'll take it. Let's go ahead and use the armor corrosive on you first. And then I will bop you with one of these. There we are.
I take what I want.
Yep, you were not so bad. Like I said, I'm just frightfully strong at this point, so... Probably could have stole some shit from you.
Does your superior intend to use it to bring darkness upon the land? Is that her play?
Go to hell. There's your answer.
Before I do, you will atone for your sins.
Crick Wellesley. As a disciple of the gods, your soul is eternal. Sheath your sword and rest forevermore.
A Sanctum Knight, are you?
Newly anointed, but yes. Why do you rage against the sacred flame? I beg you, look inside yourself and repent.
And here we are, my lost lamb.
I beg you, cease calling me a lamb of any sort. My name is Crick, and you would do well to remember it. Stand back, Temenos. I will protect you.
I appreciate your courage, but I need not be sheltered from any and all danger.
You don't even have faith in your own gods, do you? You doubt anything and everything in this world.
This is hardly fair, Crick. You've left me in your debt. But fear not. I will see that debt repaid. I swear it.
Oh, Temenos. I'm sorry, friend.
The notes I found at the Fell Sun ruins can belong to only one person. Caldina. I'm sure of it. Which means she can only be headed to one place. The Nameless Village. She aims to unleash the power of the night upon us all. I must stop her before she can finish the rite. Watch over me, Crick. I shall shine enough light on the Church's misdeeds for the both of us. And put an end to Caldina's treachery.
And there we go. We only have one more character's, like, penultimate story to wrap up. Last, Temenos has discovered the truth and unveiled a dastardly scheme. Caldina, captain of the Sacred Guard, was the mastermind behind the murders. Now Temenos must shed light on the key to her plot, the Book of Night. And he'll do so with the Sacred Flame's help. Temenos the Cleric, Chapter 3, Stormhail route. Alright, there we go. Alright, Hikari. Looks like you're next. So, let's hear the travel banter, even though this recording's 2 hours. Temenos. To be lost is to be human. It's how we live our lives. We wander in search of guideposts, and it is a cleric's duty to guide this unruly flock. But even we clerics find ourselves unable to tell if the path we walk is the righteous one. Everyone gets lost from time to time. What's important is that when you do, there's someone there to lend you a hand. Just remember that, Temenos. Throne. Cannot thank you enough. Oh, Temenos. Okay, let's go look at the journal to see what else we got. Temenos' nemesis. This is getting out of hand, Temenos. Someone is after you, that much is clear. All the more reason to forge ahead. They are after me because they fear me. I'm closing in on the heart of the matter. Not going to stop, are you? You'll risk everything. One cannot allow a wily sheep to roam free. Suppose so. They should be cut off at the root, lest there be more victims. You've convinced me. Just promise me you'll come to me in times of need. That is a great help, Casti. Battle with the church. Hikari, what do you think about this? This is war. How do you mean? There should be only peace across this land. Instead, there are so many corpses, we may as well be standing on a battlefield. Indeed, it is painful to witness. In one sense, you might say we are waging an invisible war. And who is our enemy? Our mission is to answer that question. Very well. I shall aid you in your quest, Temenos. More heartening words were never spoken. Crows? Crows, eh? Do you share in my distaste for the creatures? Oh, no, not particularly. Just brought back memories, all. When I was a chickadee, there was a time when my hometown was overrun with them. Pops made what he called a corva shooter to get rid of them. It was a wooden stick with a big metal pellet stuck at one end that did fire at crows, you see. Most interesting. Metal pellets sold like hotcakes on a winter morning. There was one lone holdout. They'd come up to Pops with a drawing of a crow and say, "Your product can't get rid of this here crow. I won't go throwing good money after bad. Pay me double your asking price or else." What a troublesome figure, but I'm sure I know how this ends. Your father replies, "Oh, it sure can. And I'll show you how. Just take out that drawing of yours, would you?" Malcontent, speechless, then turned and went home, correct? Wowee, that would have worked too. Would've? Well, Pops just took out some charcoal and set fire to the drawing and said, "No, but this charcoal can, thank you kindly." And then he sold the same varmint some charcoal. Merchants are more fearsome than even the crows with which I tangle. That was a dumb story. Headquarters of the Sacred Guard. What troubles you, Ochet? You look mightily vexed. You haven't noticed, Mr. Detective? That big building over there reeks of evil people. Does it now? My nose is not nearly so sharp as yours. However, we do detain a number of evildoers within the headquarters of the Sacred Guard. You're no doubt picking up on the traces of their scent. No, that's not it. The smell is worse, and it's everywhere. Well, now, you have a most exceptional nose. Is that it? Ack. Ack. Ack! Oh dear, are you alright? I'm fine, this happens all the time. Glad you're unhurt, but what causes you to fall so much in the first place? Well, I practice such difficult routines all the time, you see. Yet you tripped over nothing just now, no? Now that just ain't true. Then by all means, continue tumbling to the floor with reckless abandon. If nothing else, it's managed to take my mind off things and bring a smile to my face. Eh? Well, I suppose that's not nothing. Just fall and eat shit for my amusement, Agnia. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and save. This recording's at 2 hours now, but I wanted to finish that off, so hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.